Recently, I haven't been talking a lot about Transformers Rise of the Beast, primarily because during that span of time that all this news was coming out, it was being recorded in my city, and I was privileged enough to be very close to that recording and on the set and everything. And I felt everything that I saw should not be talked about, and that is that. But the Peru stuff has been coming out. There's tons of images. There's tons of stuff that I'm not related to, especially all these things that are news even to me. So let's talk about that portion of it and everything that's going on in Peru that's being recorded, more specifically the faux Africa, and I use air quotes here to represent Africa, and our introduction to our third faction in the movie, the Chaos Bringer aligned Terracons. Now, this is the first time people are seeing these designs 100%, more specifically the Nightbird that a lot of people got to see in closed door stuff but have not been able to see publicly. Now, Nightbird is a R33 GTR Nissan Skyline, a legendary car within the street racing community. And judging by this one, it's the R33 between the 92 to 96 chassis model. Obviously, a fake hood scoop is put on there. Some nice pink mags. It's very, very interesting design. And of course, a very, very, very large spoiler on the back. Now, this is Nightbird. She's part of the Terracons. It's going to have her very ninja-like kind of face mask design in robot mode. Stay tuned for that. The next one here is Scourge, the black truck, if you will. The big thing about him is that he is a trophy hunter. And every single Autobot, Decepticon, or Maximal he kills, he rips off their insignia or their emblem and puts it on the grill of his alt mode. So if you actually zoom in on his alt mode, you could see Decepticon logos, you could see Decepticon half Maximal logos, you could see Decepticon Autobot logos. There's a mixture of a lot of different emblems and logos on his grill for all the ones that he has killed in the name of his creator. On the top of that grill, though, right on the tippy top where his hood is the Terracon logo itself. It is a new emblem to the Transformer world. Very similar to that of the Japanese Super Turtles Ninja Turtle logo, oddly enough. Very similar. Almost like just one or two tweaks away from it in a lot of ways. Now, the last member here that they show is one that hasn't been revealed yet in terms of his identity, but he is indeed a Terracon. The logo is seen on the side of the vehicle mode, and it is that of this orange tow truck from the Bernie Auto Parts tow truck company. And it is a Terracon. We do not know the identity yet. Some people have speculated prior to knowing that this is a Terracon, thought it was maybe one of the forms of Rhinox, because Rhinox in his robot mode that has been seen in the closed door stuff has a very steampunk, rustic kind of look to him. And people were speculating that this might be some kind of pre-form for Rhinox or a post-form. But this is not Rhinox at all. This is a Terracon character that we have not been revealed to yet. And this scene that is being recorded over the past 24 hours is 3 Terracons chasing down Mirage in what is supposed to be the African safari desert, recorded in Peru here, of course, just like how Montreal was supposed to represent New York City. Also seen that just showed up was Optimus Prime in his new design and Off-Road Bumblebee. There was Bumblebee scenes that were recorded in Montreal that had the traditional old school Camaro. And now that Bumblebee is in the African Safari, he now has his off-road setup, his big old wheels, his Big spotlights, his roll cage on the front, everything going on there. And looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now, there has been some reports of Michael Bay being on the set to just give his blessing and give some small direction for action scenes. You know what? I'll say this, because a lot of people were getting a very negative about him being seen there. Look, I'll agree with you. I'm not a big fan of Michael Bay in general, but he does know how to do action. And if he's willing to just pop in to direct an action scene, I'm totally fine with that, as long as he doesn't direct the rest of the movie. Anything that involves character development, story, then that's a whole different animal. But I mean, I always say, play your strengths. If you're someone who's really good at action, let the man do his action scenes. And when it's time to actually do everything else, let someone else handle it. That's the big thing that a lot of people have said about the very first 2007 Transformers movie, is that Spielberg had a lot to do with that, and as much as Michael Bay in a lot of ways. And that's why a lot of the human scenes were not as bad as the later movies, because there was an influence of other people. And that's why that first movie really was a good beginning, middle, and end. So, look, if Bay is directing anything here, or even just giving some advice, I'm glad at least it'll probably be just the action scenes and not much more than that. And then he could go back to doing whatever he normally does. Explode swimming pools, while car chases happen. It is what it is. But so this is our Terracons. It's pretty cool. There are going to be some very interesting toys in the very near future that will be showing up. The estimated planning for a lot of this product is going to be somewhere in the second quarter of 2022. So before that stuff even hits shelves, this is Hasbro marketing, but the wise thing to do would be to start hyping up that in the first quarter of 2022, if not the final quarter, the fourth quarter of 2021, to get excited for this stuff. But a lot of stuff still has to be recorded. The movie still has a lot more to go. They're falling behind, and the movie date already got pushed back as a result of that. So we don't know. But here's our Terracons. Pretty hype stuff. It's good to see Nightbird. Hopefully we'll learn more about it. Nice black truck, Scourge / Nemesis Prime / Black Convoy / whatever you want to call it. But it's a Unicronian, so it's got to be Scourge in this case. And pretty hype stuff. Let me know what you think. And we're probably going to cover more of this in the future, because now this is kind of stuff that's outside of the Montreal bubble of recording. So stuff that's even a little bit new to me. So we could all be objective about it together.